welcome to this Q&A video for the 21-day healing program. So in this video, I will go through all the details on how this program works step by step, and I will also answer the most common questions that you might have for the 21-day healing program. And you can also read the Q&A section on the website as well. It's really important that you get all of this information before you start. So, how do you prepare for the 21-day healing program? I do recommend you to set an intention before the process starts. For example, if you want to recover from a disease, or if you have an intention to clear some blocks like emotional patterns or something like that. I do recommend this because it's really important for the process to work in an optimal way, that you participate in the process. And you don't need to notify us or me about your intention, of course. You can write it down or just keep it inside your heart. I do recommend also that you start right away with a heart meditation. It is included in the program, so you get an MP3 when you sign up for the program. It's a 5 minutes long meditation where you go deep inside your heart, and we do this to connect with your inner self, with your soul essence, and it's a very beautiful, beautiful meditation. And also, I do recommend you to reduce, or rather actually stay away from alcohol, tobacco, sugar, coffee, and meat, preferably fish and seafood as well during this period. You don't have to do this, so just see what feels right for you. So this is just a recommendation, but this is also for helping you in your ascension process. And by sugar, I mean cane sugar. It doesn't matter if it's white or brown or whatever color it is. If it's cane sugar, that's the main sugar that really is good if you leave out. Just a note, the cane sugar was something that was implanted on Earth by Anunnaki. Those like the bad guys, quote unquote. So you really don't want to do that. And they did that because they want to hold humanity down. So maybe that can be like an inspiration if you really want to have some chocolate or some candy or something like that. So you can start right away cutting down on these toxins when you hear this information, and so that is my recommendation about your foods and things like that. Another question that is very common is, how do I open up to receive the healing? I often get the question, so what I can recommend you to imagine is that if you hug someone, for example, you open yourself up to receive that person. You want to open up for that person, to embrace that person. So that may be helpful. You can open up yourself in that kind of way, and you need to be open to be receptive, and you also need to be relaxed to be receptive. That's why I also recommend, of course, that you lay down. Please do not sit up and receive the healing. You need to lay down so you can be in a relaxed state. And that's how the energies can really come into your energy system. Otherwise, there's nothing special that you need to do to receive the healing or to open up. And anything else? Is there anything else that I need to think about in between the sessions? Well, please make sure that you take some time to reflect on what has been happening during the session. So, and also between the sessions, because there's a lot of things going on during these 21 days, and also like afterwards and also before. The process actually starts when you register for the program. So my recommendation is that you sign up as quickly as possible, because then you will get the more out of it. So I often use journaling as a way of contemplating. You can use meditation. You can use like take a walk or something to contemplate on what's going on and what has been like triggered or something like that during this process. So please make sure that you have some time also after the session to have some time to reflect after what's going on. As a part of this 21-day healing program, you know that I'm giving some feedback videos, and so please submit your thoughts and your reflections and your questions to us by email. But keep in mind that we don't always have the time to answer all the questions, but we do read them. Some of these emails that will be sent to us will be read during the feedback video. And if you don't want your email to be read out loud, please notify us. And I'm not mentioning your name, of course, in the feedback videos. There's also a deadline in your welcome email when we no longer respond to emails for a specific 21-day healing program. It's usually a week after the ending of the program. So you know that we cannot be available for forever and ever in your process. It might be good to know. So how does it work? Well, you receive one healing session every day for 21 days, and you receive the session for 1 hour, and at any time during the day or during the night when you sleep, doesn't matter if you fall asleep. The healing energies travel through time and space, so there's no problem where you live in the world. I am from Sweden, so I am here and sending the healing session. So this is remote healing. There are no videos included, but you just lay down and receive the healing. And as I said, doesn't matter what time, if you actually receive the healing before I even haven't started sending the healing, because we are in different time zones and those in Asia are before me. So that doesn't matter because the healing has no time, no space whatsoever. So I try to be very clear on that because I know that there's a lot of people having questions about that. I do recommend you to receive the healing at about the same time every day, but of course you can change that if you have certain things going on in your life. But the reason why I'm recommending this is because the time between the sessions need to be as long as possible. So preferably 24 hours. Then you have the longest time to integrate the energies. The body works with the energies. So that is my recommendation. But of course you can change your time when you receive the healing. And you don't need to tell me what time you receive the healing. It doesn't matter. I don't need to know that. Just a note. Also, let's see here. If you receive at night, many people ask me, does it work in the same way? Yes, the healing works exactly the same way. It's just as powerful as you receive during the daytime. It's just that you're asleep. So it doesn't matter. The only thing that is different is that you're not really aware maybe of what's going on. So if you want to be more aware, if you want to experience more, if you want to have more contact, for example, with your healing team, with your Ascension team that are working with you during this program, you can try to receive during the day, so you're more aware, you're more awake. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. It's just as powerful to receive during the day as during the night. Your dreams may be very good clues of what's going on. So that's also a hint of what's going on underneath the surface for you. So just take note of your dreams, of what you're dreaming at night. The session is, as I said, 1 hour long, and I do suggest you to have like 30 minutes after the session to be able to slowly come back, because the energies are very strong sometimes for people, so that you have time afterwards to reflect and to integrate all the energies. I do not recommend you to drive a car, for example, or do anything that needs your attention, just because the energies are very strong. And at the time for your session, please turn off all your cell phones, your telephones, radio, TV, and also please tell your loved ones that you don't want to be disturbed during this time. I know sometimes it can be difficult if you have children or if you have animals. So that's life, and you do the best you can in your situation. It's very good to listen to some music. You don't have to listen to music, but it's also good that because then you don't have to set the time. I have one favorite composer that is called Christopher Lloyd Clark. This is in your welcome letter. Christopher Lloyd Clark is a beautiful composer. I know that there's one track on Spotify called Adrift, and it's 60 minutes long. And so if you don't want to put your alarm clock on, you can just listen to that music, and when it stops, the hour has ended, so your session is complete. And you just lay down and relax for the session. As I said, you open up and receive. You can imagine it that you're hugging someone and you're opening up for someone. The relaxation is very important, as I said, because the energy system is open. And please lay down, do not sit up, because it's different. You're more in an active way when you're sitting up, or if you're doing something. I know that some people have asked me, why can't I just go for a walk or doing something while I'm receiving the healing session? Well, that's not healing session. That's something else. You're not in the doing. You're not putting out your energy. You're receiving energy. So you have to be in a receiving mode and a relaxed mode for the energy flow to work in the perfect way. So please do that. Please, please, please do that. It's very good to have a blanket in hand, because you might be cold. And sometimes you are getting very cold when you're detoxing, so it might be good. Also, I do recommend that you drink a lot of water, and as usual, you drink a lot of water during the process, because there's a lot of things going on, detoxing, and also with the Ascension energies, it's good to drink a lot of water. Rest more than usual. It's also very good. If you can, please cancel things, like meeting friends or whatever. Of course, you should meet your friends, but just be aware that you might have the need to rest more. And also, it's good to be out in nature, because that you can reconnect to this divine energy that is free flowing in the nature. I do also recommend that you do this healing program in one sequence. That's the best way to go. You receive all the sessions 1 to 21 in one row. But if you happen to miss a session, you can just continue exactly where you are. So for example, if you miss or you skip session number 5, and the day after you continue with session number 5. You're not skipping anything. You can, but if you miss some session, you continue exactly where you were. So you're not skipping anything. It's very important to do all the sessions in the exact, 1, 2, 3, 4, in the exact schedule that we have planned for you. So you're not skipping and jumping around with the different sessions. Your team has totally control over this, so please don't worry too much. And do not receive more than 1 session per day, please. I say that again. Please don't receive more than 1 session per day, per 24 hour. that's just as much as your body can handle, okay? These energies are very strong, so you need your rest in between the sessions, because some people are like, oh, I missed a session, I can do 2 sessions today. Please don't, because then those 2 sessions are like 1 session, because your body can just handle 1 session per day. I'm saying this by experience because some people might have been a little bit receiving a little bit too much energy. I know that your team has control over this, but it's also your participation is really important. That maybe you need to learn to slow down and do exactly as I have said. You can, if you want to, have small breaks. If you, for example, you're going on a conference for 2 days with your work and you need to be very focused, and then you can just skip 2 days and then you continue exactly where you were after 2 days. So that's possible. You can do that, but please do not take too many breaks, because that's really confusing for the process. It really disrupts the process. So yeah, so that's my recommendations to do. My recommendation is to do it in one sequence with no breaks. You can also, after you've received this whole program, you can repeat it as many times as you want to. You can repeat the whole program from 1 to 21. You can repeat just one special session that you felt like, oh, I'm not sure if I received everything. I was not very focused, or I was stressed out or something. You can receive that session again afterwards, or if you take a break, you do that again, and then you start where you are. So you can receive the sessions just as many times as you want to afterwards. So each session is like a package of energy that you receive, and it's like downloads. So you receive the download that you're prepared to receive, and maybe just prepared to receive a part of it the first time, and then you redo the session and you will receive more of the energy. I hope I'm clear about this, because I know that can be quite confusing. Another question, is there a time when I should not receive healing? Yes. Do not receive healing if you are under the influence of alcohol or other heavy drugs. And if you are on heavy drugs, like, for example, morphine, it's possible that you can do the session, because I know that some of you are struggling with some serious health issues, and maybe you are on morphine and you cannot just stop that. Then of course you can receive the program anyway, but no drugs and no hallucinations or anything during the healing sessions. Another question I usually get is actually, should I stop taking my medication during the healing program? No. Please continue to take your medicine as your doctor has prescribed. And do you feel that you want to stop taking some medicine? You please consult your doctor before that. And if you anyway would like to stop your medication, it's really your responsibility. It's 100% your responsibility if you do that, and you have to take your own responsibility for your own health. So just want to make sure that you're taking your own responsibility. If the energies are too strong, because I know that some people experience that, you can always ask me, my higher self that is working with you, and also your team, your Ascension team, your healing team. You can ask them to calm down a bit with the energies. You can ask them to turn down the volume a little bit. So it's a communication with you and the guides, the healing team. So please communicate with them of your preferences and what's working and what's not working for you. So it's really you who decides what is best for you in that way. You just say that, okay, I'm going on this conference for 2 days. Please stop the healing. I will continue on Monday. And now it's too much. Please turn down the volume. Or now you can turn up the volume again. So it's you who has the power. It's not someone else outside of you who has the power. It's your decision. So the feedback videos, as I've been mentioning a little bit about, after each week I will give you a feedback video, like for the whole group, usually for about an hour. And I will go through what we've been working with, the team and I, during the previous week. And I will also read your emails. I will answer some of your questions from your emails, and I will reflect on them and give you some guidance. Not any psychic guidance. I'm not doing any individual coaching in that sense. But I will give you a feedback on what has happened during the week. And it's not an individual video for each one of you. It's a group video. It's a feedback video for the whole group. I won't mention any names, as I said, and if you don't want me to read your name, your email, please let us know, because I know that some people they're sharing some sensitive information in their emails. Sometimes I do the recording live and sometimes I'm not. It depends on the technique, and the systems are always changing, you know, Facebook Live or YouTube, or I do a little bit different from time to time. So please check your welcome letter and the emails that we're sending to you during the process. So we usually send out an email a couple of days before the first or second or third week ends, for you to answer and reflect and ask questions, and I will answer that in the feedback video. And now we'll talk a little bit about your healing team or the Ascension team. They started out calling themselves a healing team when I started this giving these 21-day healing programs back in was it 2016 or something, 15, 16, and this year of 2020 they actually changed their name to Ascension team, because they're totally dedicated to your ascension. So it works like this, that you have, as an individual, you have your own team during this process. Sometimes they stay a little bit longer. They are around you during this process, and as I said, they're calling themselves Ascension team, so they're totally dedicated to your ascension. The team consists of different healing experts from the higher realms, like ascended masters, angels, archangels, and also from other civilizations. They're really, really, really good with healing. I am working as like this connecting person to this reality. So I'm working with you as well. I'm working with healing, and sometimes I also have different other entities, angels, or actually my twin flame from the other side are working with me sometimes. So, but you have your own individual team during this process, and it's really beautiful to have a connection with them. Some people see them, some people don't, so don't be discouraged if you don't see them, if you don't really experience them on an energy level, but some people do. And I also get a question about what you can expect during this process, or what you can experience during the 21-day healing program. How will this process impact my life? Well, it varies a lot, of course, from person to person. It's difficult to say anything general about that. because we're all different and we need different things. And some people experience like a total bliss for the whole journey. They feel very good. But for the most part, people, it goes up and down. One day of bliss, and then they feel there's a lot of like baggage coming up to the surface that they have to deal with. Or there's something collective in the collective that needs to be cleared. So for some people, or actually most people, it's quite challenging, but in a positive way. They feel the energies a lot. So there's a lot of people that are feeling a lot during these 21 days. But some people doesn't feel that much. Actually, some people doesn't feel anything at all. So it really depends on how sensitive you are and what you need and if you don't need. So whatever happens depends on where you are in your life and what you need in this very moment. The energies always works for the highest good, of course. So it's not always super comfortable, to say the least. You might experience some difficult emotions coming out to the surface, and the energies go very, very deep, and they go very deep for you to be able to clear out old baggage that you're not even having any contact with, from past lives, like parallel lives, or from this lifetime. So the energies are extremely strong for some people, and so it might be a little bit uncomfortable during this process. So just be aware of that. I don't want to scare you or anything, but I know from my experience that it's really a strong process for many people. So you need to take care of yourself a lot during this process. And also, if you have like an injury from before, like an old injury, maybe you hurt your knee or something as a kid, and that injury may actually be worse in the beginning because the healing process starts, and then after a while, it probably, hopefully, will be healed. But that's nothing that I can guarantee, of course. But so you might feel some physical pain, so just be aware of that. The same goes for if you have a disease. It might get worse in the beginning and then it gets better. It's the same as if you compare it to having a cold and you get a fever, because it helps you in the healing process. And it's very common to get very tired. That's what most people experience, a lot of tiredness, and there's a lot of things going on with the energies in the body, so you need to rest a lot. So the body is really speaking to you what you need in that moment. So a lot of people get very tired. Of course, I cannot give you any guarantees for any specific healings to take place. You're totally responsible for your own health, and the way I see it is that injuries and diseases, etc., they always are there for a reason. They happen for a reason. So they will come into your life because you are here to learn something from it. So they're here to give you a lesson. So maybe you haven't really learned your lesson of like loving yourself or taking care of yourself more, or to be able to set boundaries or something. So if you haven't learned the lesson, the disease or ailment or injury is not ready to be healed. So you need to learn the lesson. You know this, but I have to say it anyway. And you always have to go to like when it started, like to the beginning of when it started. If it was like a parallel life, or if it's in this lifetime. So you have to really go to the core point when it started, to really heal what you need to be healed. For many people, they experience this deep cleansing, a very profound purification process on all levels, and can be like this physical detox, clearing out old karma, And so that's something that is a theme on during these 21-day healing programs, the clearing process. And that's a very, very important part in the Ascension, as you know. And also raising your vibration and expand your consciousness and be more high vibrating. It's also a recurring theme that is coming back all the time, because that's why we're doing this, right? There's a lot of Christ energy when I work. Jesus and Mary Magdalene, they often come when I work, so that is something that you probably will experience. But I work with different energies, and I and the team and everyone involved work with different energies. It can be calming energies, soothing energies, strengthening, purifying, balancing, grounding, and also unconditional love, of course, and different codes and upgrading energies. I download a lot of codes. Sometimes I take back ancient wisdom from Egypt or something, and different codes are activating your system. So we've done many, many different programs during all these years. A lot of DNA activations, of course, and codes. And maybe you've taken part of the codes of Atlantis, and you know that the energies are very strong. So the DNA activations are also sometimes included in the program. So many people experience a huge shift during and after this process. But as I said, it can be quite tough as well, as we are clearing out the old. And I've had people that actually healed from injuries and diseases, and also get like their own healing gifts amplified a lot, and then been able to heal others miraculously. So I've seen many different things during these years working with this program. I've also seen some people losing weight probably because of the detox, and also making like big changes in their diet due to this program. I do have a special detoxing program that will be released. Might be already released when you see this video, but there is a detox program of 10 healing sessions. So please check that out. It's very profound as well. So there's a lot of benefits in this 21-day healing program, and the goal is to support you exactly where you are in life. So it doesn't matter if you have done this before, if you are experienced, if you're not experienced, if you have worked on yourself a lot for many, many years, or if you're new to this, if you just starting your spiritual journey, it doesn't matter. It works on you wherever you are in life, on whichever level, so it doesn't matter. The one of the biggest reasons why I started doing this 21-day healing program is because of the Ascension process, and that I got the information from the Galactic Federation of Light. That's the collaboration I've been doing, that I've been creating these programs together with the Galactic Federation. So they gave me information on that I was supposed to do these 21-day healing programs to support other people in the Ascension process. So that's why we're doing this. So that might be good to know. Because I know we're living in a quite turbulent times, to say the least, and so the aim for these programs are to support you in the best way during this time. And those of you who have been in contact with me before and my work, and you know that I channel extremely strong energies and high frequencies, and it's actually not me doing the healing. I'm just a channel for the energy to come through me. I'm just a tool. So just to make that clear, I'm not Jesus. Well, we all are Jesus actually, but I know that some people are like, oh, they're cherishing me like a guru or something. I don't want that. So please, I'm just a channel for these energies, and my aim is to activate people to do the same, to be their own healer, to heal others, to be a channel for these very strong energies themselves. So that's my goal. So the only thing I've done is that I have opened up for the energy to come through me, and it's very strong, and gives you a lot of opportunities, to say the least. The only thing that you have to do is to allow the energy to come into you, into your energy system, so that you receive the energy. So how may the energies feel? Of course, that is different too from person to person. Some people will feel the healing very clearly in their body. Like some might experience it to be very strong, as I said, and it's not dangerous, but it's good to know that it can be extremely strong. And if you experience, as I said, the energies to be too strong, you can ask your team to calm down a little bit. Just turn down the volume a little bit. Some people doesn't feel much at all, and that's okay. The energy will work on your energy system anyway. So if you don't feel anything, just have the trust that the process is working. I've had many people that have joined in for, I don't know how many times they've done the 21-day healing program. At the beginning, they didn't feel that much, but after a while, they started feeling the energy. So that can shift as well. But what you can experience is, for example, cold, heat, tingling, vibration in your body, like feeling the energy sweeping through your body like a wind. You may also be sweating, having like chills, and your eyes may flicker. Your heart may do some palpitations, and you may swallow a lot. That's quite common. So you can experience some pain and some discomfort. Some people see colors and images, and they get guiding messages to support in their process. So just pay attention of what you experience, and please take notes after the session. Some people are feeling quite dizzy and nauseous, so just be aware of that. You can start laughing, you can start crying, and a lot of emotions can rise. Just be with whatever happens. Just stay with it. Stay with the feeling. Stay with it. It's not dangerous. That's how you can heal from it. And afterwards, it's very common to feel more at ease, happier, more vibrating, like you've let go of a lot of baggage. So sometimes, pains and injuries and diseases actually heal. And if it's for the highest good, I should say, it can heal. Also, some old emotions and traumas and pains and etc. in that kind of category arises and need to be processed and taken care of, and that can also be healed. I think all healing is possible, actually. But there are many, many factors involved in the healing process that you need to address. So it's good to also combine the healing with other modalities. Not too much during the process, but a combination of different modalities. It's always good, of course. So some people ask me how this remote healing or distance healing work. We are all energies, and we're all interconnected through this universal energy network. So the energies that are transferred, and they're transferred through this network, and that's how we are connected. So it's like calling a friend like on the phone, and you don't really know exactly how that works, right? But it works. So it's the same thing. I do connect with everyone at the same time, and of course we have the healing teams and everything, but from my part, I do connect with everyone that are participating at the moment, or actually are going to participate later on in the same program. I'm connected to everyone at the same time, and I work in parallel by splitting my consciousness. I'm splitting my consciousness, so I work multidimensionally. Dimensionally. It's such a difficult word. I work multidimensionally, so with all the people at the same time. So I split my consciousness. That might be difficult to understand for some people, but that's how I work. And of course, your healing team will be working with you as well. So your whole team, your main guide, your angels, archangels, masters from other civilizations, they will work on you, on your energy system for the highest good for you. Some people, they do develop a closer relationship with the team during the process, and sometimes they keep in touch with their healing team afterwards. And some will see and hear the team very clearly and collaborate with them more closely. It all depends on how much you've opened your psychic abilities and intuitive abilities. I believe that everyone is psychic, and I believe that everyone has intuition, but it's only a matter of how much you've worked with that part of yourself. Before the 21-day healing starts, I always have a meeting with all the teams, all the guides, the Galactic Federation, everyone involved. We are having this meeting. So we discuss the schedule for each individual. There is a schedule for each process, but it will be adjusted to all the people that are participating. So they might have to change the schedule a little bit to just suit that person, and what's more important for that person. Maybe they're adding something and removing some things from the schedule. It's just to make it work in the best way for you. And of course, I will not send you your individual schedule, because these meetings with your team and everybody involved, these meetings are taking place in the higher realms. So this is nothing that I really can remember in detail for all the people that are participating. So, but this meeting is taking place in the higher realms. So who can participate in this program? Well, this program is for everyone. It's really for everyone. You can be totally new for this, and you have no experience whatsoever, and you can have a lot of experience and have done a lot regarding your personal and spiritual growth. I've had people from the whole spectrum, like from beginners to very advanced people. So everybody's welcome to join, and the healing will work individually where you are in your life, exactly what you need, and everybody can attend. So there's no special experience that is or preparation that is needed. And come exactly as you are in this process, and also if you are very experienced, that's totally fine. You will get very high upgrading codes and things like that for your process as well. And one really important thing is that if you have any doubts about this process, if it works or if it doesn't work, I do advise you not to join, and because that's your positive participation is very important for this process to work. And if I see that some people have any doubts about this, I do have the right to say no to people, and I have done that before. So I cannot have people that are in doubt, and that's not the way I work. And what's your responsibility in the healing process? This is a very important part, because your own responsibility and your own participation in the process are very important. It's important because if the healing will work or not, and in what way. Because if you are not very active in the process, you're doing like maybe 10 minutes instead of an hour, you're skipping days, you're not doing what I suggest during the active participation part, you're not using any extra tools, you're not following the instructions basically, the healing will not work, of course. So it's really your responsibility. What you give is what you get back. What you give to yourself during this process is what you're gonna get back. So I really want to be clear on that you are also fully responsible for your whole process, and that includes you're fully responsible for your own health and for your own healing. And I help and I support with the energies that I share, but it's also up to you how you work with these energies and how you work with yourself during this process. So it's really up to you how you receive the energies and what you're doing with the energies. And I cannot do anything about that. And also, as I mentioned before, you are totally responsible for your medical care. And please, please, please read the disclaimer that comes with this program. That's really important. Because I cannot give you any guarantees for any specific healing, recovery, or anything to take place with the help of these sessions. That's very important to note. And we never know what's going to happen and how the healing will affect you. And as I said, it always works for the highest good. So, and sometimes it means that you can get worse, as I said, before you get better. It's very individual what you need and what you get out of the program. So that's nothing that I can know beforehand. Some heal momentarily and some will get worse. If you get worse, it may be a detox symptom. It may be that your body wants you to pay attention to your illness, your condition, your injury, your disease, or any other problem that you need to pay attention to, and that to make you understand why you got it and what you need to do about it. So your job is to do your homework. That's what I'm saying here. And it can be to love yourself more, not being a victim anymore, giving yourself priority, spiritual contracts that need to be solved, etc. So just ask yourself, what was the cause of my injury when it happened? What does this tell me? What do I need to learn to be able to heal? There is always a reason for everything. So please go to the bottom of why the imbalance started. So it's really important that you take responsibility and do your part in this. Some women that are pregnant and maybe breastfeeding, they ask me if it is okay to join, and yes, it's okay to join. The process is individualized, so there's no problem if you're breastfeeding or if you're pregnant. I would say that the process may be a bit lighter for you, so it won't affect your baby in any harsh way or any bad ways. You can always ask the team also to calm down a bit, but they do have control over the situation. They know that you're pregnant, they know that you're breastfeeding, so they're gonna adjust the process for you, so it will work for you. So that's totally fine. And some people also ask me if I have to travel or if I have other important commitments. Is that okay to do this process? And also, can I have a break? As you know, the process can affect you quite a bit. So yes, of course, you can travel while doing this process, but just please be aware of that. It might affect you quite a lot. So, and as I said before, you can take a break for a while, a couple of days maybe, and catch up later. You can always do the process again and again and again. So it's okay, yes, but you can see what works best for you. If you have to wait a little bit and do the process later, or if you want to do it and have a break, whatever works best for you. What is the difference between the 21-day healing program and a private healing session for me? Well, the biggest difference is that during the private healing session, I will tell you what I work with in your body, and of course, and what I've seen and what I've experienced, and it's like a reading, like a psychic reading. But in the 21-day healing program, it's a group healing program, so there will be no individual feedback or guidance. We try to answer the questions that come in, but we cannot guarantee that we answer all the questions. So there's no private guidance, no private like psychic readings or something. That's not included in the program. Then I would have to raise the price quite a bit if I would do that and not take on so many people. So now I've answered all of the most common questions. I hope that you understand how this process works, and I hope that I've answered all your questions. You have a Q&A section on the website as well, so you can read all the questions and the answers. But if you have further questions, you're of course welcome to contact us. It's contact at zoeland.org. It's on the website. It's contact at zoeland.org. And so please just email us if you have any further questions that has not been answered during this video. So please go to the website and see when the next 21-day healing program will start. I try to have the 21-day healing programs on a continual basis, but sometimes it's difficult to have both an international audience as well as my Swedish audience. So I try to navigate that in the best way I can. So thank you so much for your attention, and I welcome you on this transformational journey. Thank you so much.